Ready to go up?
I always had this voice in my head and something deep in my soul that kept telling me that I was going to figure out how to get through what I was dealing with. And for some people, that might sound like a great thing to have this constant internal drive that told you that things were going to get better. Just hang in there, you'll figure this out. But this started for me almost 9 years ago at this point, and it was so frustrating because I would wake up almost every morning and think, why am I not better yet? This was not a slow process. I didn't have people to be able to help me figure this out. I was just so lucky that I am within the medical field and had the capacity to be able to research this deeper and figure out strategies that worked for me, in my case in a non-surgical way. But this is something I'm still working on after 9 years. So this has been a very long process and a very long journey, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. I am feeling better now than I have in 9 years, but I think I understand health much more, and I think I understand what my body needs to be able to function and thrive so much more than I did before. There we go. Guess it's just the sensors. I've always had something at some point in my life. I have a connective tissue disorder. I was born with it. I have mast cell activation syndrome. I have dysautonomia. I have so many other labels that people wanted to add to my chart. I stopped collecting them after a while. They weren't questionable. My conditions weren't iffy. My diagnoses that I had like to make themselves stand out. They were very symptomatic from a young age. But about 9 years ago was when my body went from showing some of those symptoms, those neurological issues, to like a wildfire had been set off. And I went from being able to rebound over and over again, which was almost what I considered my superpower. And I realize now, in understanding the health of my body, that was not. And it was just part of those breadcrumbs and looking back that something was building up. And I just didn't know how to take care of my body. But I went from this time in my life, this whole time from when I was very small until about 9 years ago, of somehow finding the ability to rebound. But then I didn't rebound, and I was so far under what I thought my low point could possibly be. And it happened so quickly. It was honestly quite devastating, from what I thought I was a super rebounder to I did not know how to climb out of this hole.
Shout out to, what are these people called? Mountain Ready? Okay, okay.
We'll see.
Tasty. It's in front of you. Yeah.
Oh, it's right there. Okay, so about how like you reach consciousness and like a full state of mind and peace and happiness and that you just work towards it and you get there. Every story I've heard is actually first layered with changing your circumstances around you and your environment, like intentionally. So mindset has to do with it because you want to get to that place, but it's not just manifestation, it's actually physically changing what's around you. So it's a mindset goal, but the practice is physical.
Sure.
So I just think it comes back to the whole idea of like gaslighting people of if you just put your mind to it, and that's true, but it's a step-by-step process of put your mind to it, execute a plan, don't give up, even if you feel like you're dying, and keep going, and eventually you'll reach the mindfulness state. But I don't think it's pure mind that gets you to those places. You know?
Yeah, put your mind to it. Part of it, it's not it.
Right.
You see that little guy up there? That little tiny hill? Okay. So, we're 3 miles down 3.
Okay.
So give me a status report.
Good. Going up is hard. This is all up, so.
It's all hard.
Yeah, but I like the brakes. Even a little flat brake every now and again is nice.
I don't know if we're gonna get many more of those.
I know, but at least we're more than halfway done.
Yes.
Okay. I think if that old version of me saw myself, what I was doing today, she would say, it took you long enough. Because I feel like I've always had this idea that I would be able to help myself and find health and healing for myself. But I just really did not know how to get there. And it sounds horrible, but through this, coming to your lowest of lows and dealing with such an extreme symptomatic presentation, you have to find a way to be able to stabilize your health. And through my journey, I have, and I continue to learn now, different strategies to help stabilize myself. But the old version of me, she knew that we would get here. I've always known that we would get here. And we would both laugh about it at the top of the mountain because it did take a really long time and it took too long. But also we both know that it would take that long. Narrow but not in. Like, it's a fatigue. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just tired of going up.
Yeah.
I got that trained for this, to be honest. But like, this is why I'm doing it, is to use it for training.
Right.
Now at this point in learning all that I have, I hope the journey is so much shorter for others. And I've worked with people and it is shorter, but it's not. It's always going to be longer than we want it to be. It's always going to be too slow for our comfort level. It does still take, with the people that I work with, anywhere from 1 to 3 years to really make really good headway in controlling symptoms.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
That old version of me is gone. That old version of me that used to just rebound over and over and over again is gone. I have this new version that's collected all the pieces I think is what I need to be able to live better and stay healthy. I don't know if it's the right version yet, but I've become okay with letting go of those unhealthy parts. And that was really difficult, letting go of those parts that didn't serve me and the parts I've outgrown just being older and in a different part of my life. But it was really hard in changing, even though for the longest time I've wanted to change and I've wanted to work on health. It was just really difficult to let certain things go, but I finally was able to do it. $85. Oh yeah, I'm great. I'm doing great. Should I do some on my bar now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
What do we have left?
4.
4. What's the vert gain?
3,000.
Okay, that sounds great.
Sounds like a great day. Like a great day for you.
There were so many things I was getting away with before I hit what I consider the Earth's core, way below rock bottom, like further down than I ever thought I would get. And that's what my body felt like too. I used to tell people it felt like hot lava, but also with that crusty surface on top that felt like it was restricting my movement. And that's how I would describe it to people. Through this whole process, I learned what health truly is for me as an individual and the things that I needed to do for my body, my brain, my soul to be healthy overall. And there are changes that I wanted to make, but I really had blocks and walls in place to be able to make those changes. So it was really difficult. I've learned to listen to the signals of my body that it sends to me, because that's what a lot of these alarm bells are. It has been really difficult learning what they are, how I need to treat it, but I've really been working with it, and especially not to push through them, but to work with them and also allow for recovery. Rather than just flaring and rebounding, I've learned to stay within my limits, and I'm much kinder to myself. The entire timeline for me was slower than I wanted. I felt like I needed. It wasn't even close to what I would have considered acceptable even now. But also, it is what it is. I still never thought throughout the whole thing that I would not get better. Most of my healing happened over a 7-year period. It took a really long time. Initially, it was about a year and a half, 1 to 2 years. My daily pain was somewhere between an 8 and a 10 out of 10, even just sitting. That phase lasted for about 2 years. I didn't have any relief from the pain. There's nothing that helped or made it worse, so I actually just tried to keep active to help my brain out. Through that time, I learned more about inflammation and connective tissue and began to work on some things that I knew that I was personally dealing with. My pain did decrease to like a 5 to 7. It could still spike with flare-ups, but it was a huge shift, and also barely anything. It's how I felt over and over again. Huge shift, but also barely anything. About 2 years later, I learned about low-dose naltrexone. My pain did stay at that same level, but I had more time at lower levels of pain, which was also really helpful, and I continued to work on inflammation. My biggest shift was probably about 3 years ago when I used microcurrent, frequency-specific microcurrent. To be fair, I did work on inflammation for a while before that, but this tool brought my pain down to about a 1 to 5 out of 10, which was also huge, and I felt like I was able to move better because I didn't have anybody that would manually work on me like I work on my patients. We eventually moved when we could finally barely afford it, and things continued to shift. They continued to improve. We came from a moldy house, just again dealing with inflammation, and it was really helpful. So in the beginning, I would have these larger shifts, even though they felt very small in the grand scheme of things because I wasn't all better. But toward the end, things have continued to be slow and steady with progress, and I still, even the past couple of years, have seen a slow, steady progress in my pain. I'm turning all the way up there. It's too hard. I don't wanna.
No moss.
Always moss.
Always moss. Life is moss. That's a t-shirt. Are you stuck?
It's fine.
You live here now.
I live here now.
What's your heart rate?
107.
Okay. You love sitting. Who loves sitting?
I love sitting so much. This is the best part. Being surrounded by little marmot guys.
Little marmotines.
Enjoying the views.
You know what? This dude low-key flanking us, though. I'm a little suspect. You got Napoleonic war strategies going on. Nah, man.
What are you
I'm good.
doing?
I'm good, dude.
Like I said, my brain and soul, it just knew that I would get better at some point. And I know that's not how everybody thinks. I wish I could give a piece of that to everybody I meet that has a chronic illness or tethered cord. I don't know how I have that. I just do. And I don't know how I kept moving forward. It was just the only way that I wanted to face. So that's what I did. It's just one foot in front of the other, one recommendation after another, one trial of something after another. A lot of things I tried didn't work, but I would just try again. I don't think I ever thought of how I was doing it. I just did it. The why was more important to me, as I really wanted to know why I wasn't well anymore and work on that.
Hi. Do you still like sitting?
It's my favorite thing.
Of all the things in the world, sitting.
Sitting. No laying down.
Sitting a close second.
Sitting's a close second.
Give me one word in your brain right now.
No.
Okay. Do you have a word in your head now?
No, I still have nothing. I just would like
Just go.
finish.
Finished. Okay.
Finish is my word.
Row.
Less than a mile?
Less than a mile.
A few hundred feet? Okay. Ready?
Less than a mile, and yeah, should be about 400 to 500 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna need at least 1 or 2 more breaks.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. I truly don't know who has the capability of healing and who doesn't without starting to try some things. And we're all born a little bit differently. We're all in different situations. We're all dealing with other things. So it's really difficult to say who has the capability in the moment to start making changes. But this journey really is a personal journey. We can help as medical providers, but it's the patient that's doing all of the work. It's the patient that has to keep working on things when it is so slow, so much slower than we want it to go. But I do feel that as you start working on things, the reasons why things weren't working before and led to the inflammatory response or the injury that you have or whatever that you're dealing with, you can start to make at least some improvements, if not significant and life-changing improvements. Try things, keep moving forward, find people who understand why you developed the condition you have and how to work on it. And I know that that is really difficult to do, but there are some people out there, and the journey itself is exhausting. It's lifelong. You are constantly working on things to improve your health, but it's there, it's available. It's just really hard. But when the other option is living with the pain that you had, the only other option is constantly trying things to move forward. There's no easy option in this at all, but moving forward can come with improvement. And I would hope that everybody found a way to take that one step forward, to move forward in their health journey, or to find somebody that could guide them to do so. Oh, that felt really bad.
Well, hey, and low-key, congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
No nerve pain in my legs.
Let's go.
My brachial plexus is
Just lit.
Oh my gosh.
We'll save that for another day.
That's another day.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Should I go over here?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
What you got there?
I do have that pickle.
Little pickle
My
snack?
recovery pickle.
Recovery pickles are a thing. Make them a thing.
They are a thing.
Make them an official thing.
They should be.
Oh snap, if you're looking for an athlete to sponsor, got one right here. Who's at 90% of O2 saturation?
There it is, 90.
Pickle juice.